All right, this is the Nissan GTR Conversations. So what type of power do those even have? Like 500, 600? You don't even know.
Yeah, they're a little over 500. They're 0 to 60 in about, I think they say 3 seconds.
So what would be your guess? What year are those? Without even asking, what would be your guess?
2018 or 19.
Really? Why do you think that?
I would say the gray, the silver one looks like a
2016.
12.
I would say the silver one looks older.
Yeah, I would say like a 12 or 13.
Yeah, I think the black one's even older than that.
Right.
The black one's probably.
What is it that intrigues everyone wants that car? Is it the back end of that really cool Ferrari, like the Ferrari type of look?
Yeah, the back end's menacing.
Is that what it reminds you of, Ferrari or Lamborghini?
And the aftermarket.
The back end would remind me of Ferrari because Ferrari is, especially with older ones, they have those two circles. So.
And the exhaust note.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just and how it just is like slammed to the ground factory. Is it kind of like had that look?
Yeah.
It's very stanced.
Right. It's elegant, right?
And aftermarket is.
So that's the happy factor for those guys. I mean, what's the happy factor? Now, that thing's not all-wheel drive, is it? Oh, it is all-wheel drive. That's right. But that's that's the kicker.
Watching the people track it, it's Nissan, the way that they put the ratio is weird. Like, sometimes you can get it to slide out, and sometimes it grabs, so it's just something that...
So you can't disconnect all-wheel drive. It's always all-wheel drive.
So what you can do is you can tune it. There's like tunes for, like especially with the X drive, you could tune it to all the rear wheel.
Yeah.
So you can redistribute the power, you're saying.
Yeah, you
so
can
that's they
definitely
do. Distribution of power, so you just deactivate the front power.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. Really, that's a fact?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's what my friend did with his X drive. He also has a 328. He has all-wheel drive, but he changed it to all the power goes to the back two wheels.
Right. That's neat. Incredible. See, that's the biggest thing you want. See, your addiction now is you want the all-wheel drive Corvette.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be more connected to the road.
And that's, oh man.
But have you actually ever busted loose in this in the back end out? I mean, there's so much technology in this car. I can't see it without you being on a cold day.
It may be on the cold weather here,
yeah,
if I try to
would.
really get it,
right.
but it'll still straighten it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean,
unless you're acting like an absolute idiot. I mean,
right.
Really
well, unless you take your traction control off.
Oh yeah, if I shut my stuff off.
Then you're the guy sitting in the ditch, and you're the guy that makes the news for the wrong reason. Not
you learn that you're not a professional race car.
Oh yeah, we find out real quick who the real drivers are when they start doing all this other stuff. So now, what is that car over there? Is that a Ferrari over there? Whose car is that? What's the happiness over there in that car?
Yes, it's a Ferrari.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we should drive. We should walk her over there. And there's Trouble. Trouble's back. Oh, there you go. So listen to that. There you go. See they're not going to hang out with us. We don't qualify today. They're leaving. We're not of the Echelon League.
I gotta get my skiing trip.
We're in our minuscule little. Yeah, exactly. You gotta get your skiing trip, man. But yes, the Echelon just left us. I mean, the upper that is. So now let's go. Not even be able. Are we even allowed to look at this one over here? Whose is this? You finally brought your real deal car. You've been hiding this that long? Man, you come across like just a real modern type of guy, saves his money. In all reality, this guy's the playboy, hanging out at night, chasing women. He's got his Ferrari. What year is this, right? What year is this? Wow. Okay, so here's a great question. Let's put you on the spot. Would you trade your Corvette for this? Really? So right now, if this guy said swap for swap,
no way, I wouldn't do it.
And why is that?
Just for maintenance reasons.
Yeah, I know. It's like a $10,000 bill for the first. I've heard these stories.
Because I've actually, to tell you the truth, a car that has me peaked on potentially trading that in, or even going off of the C8 platform.
Yeah.
Is the McLarens. But the problem is I just don't want the bills for it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I get it.
I've really been looking at the McLarens, man, but I just can't.
I know.
It makes me ill.
Can you even imagine? But I mean, just so badass. I mean, you know what I mean? So, but do we even know the power?
You guys are talking bad when he's right there.
It doesn't matter. We're just here having fun. He can take it. He owns a Ferrari. He's got thick skin. If you have to pay the bill to fix it, you better have thick skin. Yeah, so here's the thing. So how much power does this have? Anybody know?
I'm going to guess.
I'd say 500.
I'm going to say 500-ish.
Now, is that supercharged? Is that what that is in there? No, it's all naturally aspirated. Yeah, I mean, it looks that way.
It's a 4.3 liter.
Yeah. Right. So this is called what? What model is
It's
this?
a 430 Challenge scooter, Strata.
Straddle.
Now, is this painted on or a sticker?
That's paint.
Looks like a sticker.
It's a vintage, so it's definitely, you know, right. So what year?
I'm gonna guess 2004 or 5.
Wow. So what do you think this thing's worth? What's your guess on this? This is a $150, $250 car, $300 car? I have no idea. I'm not a Ferrari guy. Huh?
120.
120. Really? Wow. That's not too shabby. So what year do you think this is?
Dad, the next Mopar I want is in that color, and I'm gonna put a Harley Davidson sticker right on the back of it.
It'll be that much faster too. All right. All right. So what year is this? What's your guess? Anybody here?
Probably 2003.
2001.
2001, 2003.
I'm gonna say 2004.
Who owns it? Whose car is this?
2005.
Yeah, well, we got to ask him.
It's a 2005.
We got to find out the lowdown. How you doing?
Good, man.
Hey, great. Hey, I got a YouTube channel. I do the car show every week, and we're admiring your car. What year is this car?
2004.
How much horsepower? How much? Sorry?
425.
425. And how many miles?
This has like 45,000 on it right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that considered high for a Ferrari?
That's really high, yeah.
But at least they've done all the major maintenances for you, or
Yeah.
have they?
I have, yeah.
I mean, somebody else did, or you did?
No, I don't do anything to this car.
Yeah. But I'm just saying they have like 10,000 mile or 5,000 mile intervals. What is it?
Yeah.
Do you even know?
No, it's yearly.
It's yearly.
Yeah. Mileage doesn't matter. Even if you don't drive it, you're still supposed to service it. yearly.
Wow. Really?
3 years
Wow.
and stuff like that, yeah.
Wow. So how long have you owned the car?
Like 13 years.
Oh, wow. So you've put the miles on the car.
Yeah. Well,
You've
I bought
driven it.
20. I bought
It's taken a
20.
few years.
Right.
I put 25
Right.
on it. They say what, 1,000 miles a year is good?
Yeah.
Good Ferrari miles.
So
When I
who's
first bought it, it was like I put like 5,000 a year, and then I kind of slowed. So now I'm down to like 1,000 a year.
so you picked this up in 2010.
Yep.
2010, and it's 2004. You say?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So when you bought it, it had 20,000 miles on it.
Mm-hmm.
6 years later, was this a East Coast car, South, West
It was
Coast?
local guy had it.
Really?
Yeah.
Did this come from Ferrari, Washington?
Yeah.
Oh wow. All right. What was the birth date of it? You ever looked at your little build sticker and shows the when it's actually manufactured?
I didn't look at any of that.
Yeah. Okay. And just bring it out, but you actually take this on like major road trips or anything, like a 120-mile road
No.
trip?
Only thing I've really done, I've done a couple rallies, and I've taken it to the track like 3 times.
Oh, that's nice.
To Summit Point,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Right.
Drove it there, raced it, drove it home.
Okay. And what makes this car unique in the Ferrari brand as far as like production number, people sought after? Is there anything there?
This is yes. So this is 360 was made from 99 to 2004. And
Okay.
in 2004, or the last iteration of every model, they usually come out with a special car.
Okay.
Really rare, and basically this is pretty much full race,
It's not even an inch.
almost full race. So
Okay.
it's the challenge car, which is a race car,
Right.
but with all the stuff to make it street legal,
Okay.
which is the opposite of like taking the road car
Yeah.
and making it track worthy.
Right. Right. So
But this has everything in it is different than the standard car.
okay. So
this
what
is-
series model is it? You said a 360.
Challenge Stradale.
Okay.
360 challenge.
Okay. All right. And that was the last year of the 360 series.
Yeah.
Then you went to what series? I'm not a Ferrari guy.
It was 430.
430. Right. Okay. Okay.
And the special edition in the last year of the 430 was the
Scuderia.
Scuderia.
Okay.
430 Scuderia.
Right.
The last year of the 458 was the Speciale. The
Okay.
last year of the 488 was the Pista.
Okay.
So the way they sell a bunch of cars in the last year
Yeah.
is they come out with a special edition.
Right. Last run.
Right.
Yep.
And so
Okay.
that's what this car is.
Can we see like the engine and the interior or anything
Yeah.
on the car? I mean, like I said, I got a YouTube channel and you can watch if you want or not, but this shows other people.
I
Don't
can't
go
get
to
over like
car-
look at that.
car
Look
shows.
how close that caliper is to that.
Yeah, the tolerance, that's just beyond believable. Look how big
That's insanity.
that's a two-piece rotor, right? Is that correct or
carbon
incorrect?
ceramic.
Bro, wow, can you imagine the price on that?
$7,000 per rotor.
$7,000 per rotor. So if you really race this car, you're going to be spending some money.
Yeah, if you street drive it, the rotors last forever. But if you really track it, then you're going to be paying some money.
Now, is that the real deal?
Everything's original.
So that fire extinguisher in the car,
Yeah.
that's the real deal.
This is 100% original car.
Does it have an airbag?
Yeah.
It does have an airbag.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, both sides.
I just figured, but I mean, it's so race driven. I didn't know if that was something they took out of it.
Yeah, so the race, this car, the options this car has, it's got glass windows. They can come with Lexan.
Okay, so this
it's
is
got AC and a radio.
But this is so intriguing. So I'm not a Ferrari person. Where's your gear shifter? Where do you put it in gauge? Is it all paddle shifters?
Yeah.
It's all DCT?
This model you can only get with the paddle shifters.
Okay. And so to engage it,
you could get 6-speed manual, but this one you can only get paddle.
Is it?
so to engage it, is it the buttons right here where you have like, neutral or reverse, or where do you engage the actual?
It's got up and down. So it'll be a neutral when you start it, and then you click it up.
Yeah.
And you click it down. And if you want to go in reverse, you hit a reverse button.
Where's that button?
Right on the console.
Okay, I see
up
it right.
in the top
You have
corner.
the red button there.
Right above.
No,
Yeah, the
it's
red
the
button
top.
start, and then all the way at the top is a reverse button.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Wow. That's so cool. All right. So as far as the engine, you obviously probably have, you got the barrier, and so the noise of the engine, is it just like, wow? Is that the mid-engine car, right?
And then this car has different exhaust than the standard car. So it at like 4,000 RPMs,
Yeah.
it bypasses the muffler.
Wow. So it has an exhaust valve that electronically
Right here.
that knows, but it's air. It's like a vacuum. So is it vacuum driven?
Yeah, so when it's got vacuum at low RPMs,
Yeah.
it sucks the valve shut.
Right.
So it forces the exhaust through the muffler.
Right.
And then when there's no vacuum, the valves open up and it goes straight out the pipes.
So is it pretty radical? Where you saw something like,
Loud.
wow,
This is one of the loudest production Ferraris ever made, and they have decibel meters at racetracks.
yeah.
And when they raced, your car wasn't allowed to be over a certain amount of decibels, but when this car came out, it was over that. But because it was factory, they made an
exception to the rule
to allow it.
Right. Wow. So how many cubic inch motor is this? Do you even know?
3.6.
3.6 liter motor.
Yes.
Which what's that?
360 name comes from.
Is that right?
Yep.
So, but not 360 cubic inch, 3.6
No.
liter.
Yep.
3.6.
Okay, so that's the. Is that why the 430 then is a 430,
Yeah.
4.3 liter?
Yep.
Then the 458.
And the
That's how they play.
4.5.
Yeah. Okay. Luke over here, he's the man. He knows a lot about these Ferraris, man. This guy here, young guy here, he's in high school.
Yeah.
And so, all right, this is interesting. What is this right here for? What's that all about? Do you even know?
That's for the fuel.
So you have to open this
It's
area
got a
up.
button. It's got a button that's electronically activated to open the.
Oh,
fuel
so it's
door.
just a manual
So
override.
if it's dead or something, you can just pop that.
Okay. So what is this, like, all these canisters? What's going on here with all these canisters?
Yeah, it's all the typical fluids. This is oil. That is. I think this one might be coolant.
Okay. Front one, what is your guess on the front one?
It might be power steering or something like that.
Okay. So that's a good point. In the power steering, I mean, it's such a race car. I mean, it's got to be such a more direct drive. It's hard to believe it is even borderline power steering. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do they call it? It's got to be something different, I would think, if you kind of know what I'm saying. So when you drove this car at the Summit Point, what was some of the attributes you noticed on it as far as like the back end? Does this have like traction control and all the other stuff, or
It's got traction control, but this is the last year where it was mostly analog.
Okay.
Because in the new ones, they got all kinds of.
Yeah, and some people don't like
many
it too
features,
much.
yeah.
Because you
So-
couldn't be the real driver.
Right.
The complaint from guys like the Corvette C8, that's such an incredibly technology car, but they say it's a race car, driver's car, but somebody that's a real car enthusiast that races cars, I would think this is what they'd love because it's so analog and not digital.
Right. So that's what everyone says. Everyone likes these. People start to say that the modern stuff is
All right.
good. Me, I'm a novice driver. So when I drove it, I just beat the shit out of it. I'm not even that good of a driver, but this thing kind of makes you
Yeah.
a good
Right.
driver.
Right. So here's a question: what's the value of this car today? Right now, what would be
Probably
your thought?
200.
Really? Did you hear that, Luke? Yeah. He said $120. Is he off a little?
That's what I paid for it.
Really?
Yeah.
And that was 13 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
So 200 grand, you feel pretty good. 200 grand's a market because
Yeah.
you've seen the market.
Yeah. The
And-
market for these is between $200 and $1 million.
Really?
So mine is at the bottom of the market because it's beat up
And it's
got
40,000 miles.
40,000 miles on it.
Right.
But
And
if it had like 5,000 miles on it, it'd be worth closer to $1 million.
really?
Yeah.
Wow. So that 20,000 miles, hey Luke, that 20,000 miles of driving's cost you a lot of money.
He always smiles. He probably has had. Yeah.
Well, this is happy factor, right?
I've probably put 200 grand in this car since I've owned it. Just
Really?
driving it, yeah.
Right. Okay, that's what we're talking about. So you wouldn't buy a McLaren because you don't want the maintenance bill.
Yeah, that's a
Okay,
maintenance
so
bill. It's
what I hear is you take it to the Ferrari dealer, you're going to get a $10,000, $13,000 phone call.
Yeah.
Is that about right?
Yes.
Wow. Now, you got to look at the production or the build date in this thing. We were doing the happy birthday thing today on the cars. I just made that up. But there's got to be a production date sticker on this car in your door jamb that shows you when this thing was actually built. You know, the month. Right there it is on the left-hand corner, I bet you, right down there. Right. I'm not going to show your VIN or anything. I'm just videoing Luke right now. You should show a date when that thing was built. Or maybe it's over there.
Yeah, normal cars have all that.
Yeah, so see, it should be right in that silver sticker. I'm surprised the VIN number and all that other stuff isn't right there, because I'd be
It's not
intrigued to know.
American.
Well, yeah, but when you ship cars overseas, they got to kind of follow guidelines of the manufacturer's information on the car, and it's not there either. That's interesting. All right, so we got to see the front. We got to see the front of the car. I mean, why do you even have? I mean, what? I guess for your luggage, but I mean, really, are you going
In case you want
anywhere?
to buy a watermelon.
Yeah, exactly. Buy some watermelon. Go down the road eating watermelon. Doing your 100-mile-an-hour stints to back roads. That sounds pretty cool, right? So let's check this out here. I'm not touching that hood. I'm not going to be the guy. So you're a pretty brazen guy. I mean, here is a cold day, but you're a car enthusiast and you don't care. That's cute.
Right.
So is that all the fact? Is that the original little bag and everything? Oh, that is so cool.
They have
That is
different
really-
options. You can get a spare.
Yeah. Wow.
That has like fix-a-flat or something in it.
Yeah, and here's your air cabin filter. That's
Yeah.
pretty. Is that right?
Mhm.
That's pretty cool. Wow.
And then there's a toolkit.
Yeah, but I mean, but you're the car enthusiast. I mean, here is a cold February day, and you're like, I'm riding, I'm driving.
I put new tires on it like a week ago, so I hadn't driven on it.
Is it all season or are they
No,
summer?
those are race tires.
Wow.
So you're not supposed to drive race
And look
tires.
at
when
and
it's
look at the
freezing.
way you get the. So these are stud. These aren't studs. These are bolts,
Correct.
right?
Yeah, they're titanium.
Yeah. Wow. Man, just people stealing the parts off this car, they could
the
go
lug-
in the market and
the-
probably make $10,000 or $20,000.
Right. The lug nuts are $200 a piece.
Lug nuts are
the
$200
bolts-
each.
Yeah, the lug bolts are $200 a piece.
Wow.
So
Jesus, that's just crazy.
everything Ferrari is kind of ridiculous. If you look, the mirrors are $12,000 a piece.
The mirrors are
mirrors.
12. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Wait.
That
Hey,
mirror-
Luke, you're missing out on
mirror.
this one. Where's Luke?
That's
12. Hey,
Ferrari
Luke.
prices.
Hey, Julia. Hey, Luke. I gotta put Luke on the spot. All right, Luke, I gotta call you out. All right, so how much for the mirrors, the outside mirrors? What's your guess?
Are they full carbon?
Yeah.
Probably 15 grand a year.
$7 grand.
He was close.
Yeah.
What?
They're like 12 a piece.
Wow, you're
12
good.
grand?
You're good. Luke knows
I
his
couldn't
stuff.
hear what he said. What did he say? What did you say?
I said
He said 15.
Grand
Yeah.
per mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, what'd you say? 10, 12?
They're like 12.
12 grand. So if you're going out your garage and you take this off,
Yeah, you gotta
instantly,
watch out.
$12,000. That's
Have
beyond.
had
You
to
can.
replace them?
No, I haven't had to replace anything. But like that's why if you wreck this car
Oh, forget it.
and you crash the bumper and the fender, it automatically gets totaled and then sent to auction because the insurance companies don't want to deal with them. The parts are so
Wow. That's beyond unbelievable.
Yeah.
Beyond unbelievable. Wow.
I mean, if you mess with the fender's probably $5,000, right? But putting it on, you got to weld it on. It's all one piece.
Wow. Wow.
So I mean, you're looking at 30 grand to do.
Oh my gosh.
If you wreck the bumper, the
Yeah.
helmets are $5 grand a piece.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
once you get into that,
Yeah.
the insurance company just says no. We're sending it to auction. We're totaling it.
Yeah, so did we ever get the number of how many were built?
1288.
1,288. All right, that's worldwide.
Yeah.
What's
300
domestic?
300.
300.
Yeah.
So you're one of 300 in the country.
Yeah.
And you've seen at the auction these things bring $1 million.
They're at auction. I haven't seen any like strong collector cars at auction.
Right.
I'd say in the 500s.
Okay, so here's the thing. Is this forever for you? This car is
Yeah,
just going forever.
yeah.
You'll never ever sell it.
Correct.
Never.
Yeah.
You don't want to get something else, or you're just going to add something
No,
else.
you just keep adding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got some other things
Yeah,
back at the
I
home?
got like 15 cars. Nothing that's valuable.
Right.
But
This is your prize collector forever.
yes, this is the one.
Is
that's
this
gonna
handed
stay.
down family wise, or when you're
No.
gone, it goes to auction?
Oh yeah, no. I'd hope my kids would be interested in it.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I think this thing will be timeless. I don't think it's ever going to be out of style. Like the
Right.
308 Magnum PI cars are kind of like cheesy, right?
Right.
And now they're kind of getting
Yep.
they're popular.
The
again.
Tom Selleck era.
Yeah.
Right.
So with Ferrari guys, it's like, oh, dude, those things are dorky. But I don't think this thing because it's the rare, the track version.
Yeah.
It's got, if you put a regular 360 next to this, the regular 360 doesn't even come close. The regular 360 looks like a Ford Probe compared
It's
to this.
boxier.
It's rounder.
Rounder.
So this thing's got,
Okay.
see how this thing's got this deep side skirt? The rocker comes down real far.
Yep.
The 360, it just swoops in.
Yeah, I get you. Right.
The,
It doesn't give it.
it's got the front end on the regular 360 comes straight down right here. It
Right.
doesn't have this bump out.
Right.
And
But I mean, how did you? I mean, what intrigued you to want to buy this car? I mean, you said a local guy sold it to you. I mean, that's how you found this
I was looking all over the country at these.
for
And,
years, probably.
I flew out to California to look at one.
I mean, for like
There's one
over
in
a few years, or just
This is 1 year where financially I was capable of affording something in the the 150 range.
yeah,
Up until that point I couldn't afford anything over 10 grand,
right.
and then I just had this one magical year where the stars aligned.
Yep. And
And,
you were fixated on this
At that
model.
same year,
Yeah.
the same year was when the 458 came out, and that was a new generation with Ferraris, and all the 360s and the 430s just kind of came down in value. So this thing was probably trading around 185.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2010, that new 458 came out, and then people were just dumping these. Maybe, I don't know. The price on these went down,
Right.
and I started looking, and they were like 140, 150. And I looked for probably about 6 months. Went and looked at some, and this one, the one I looked at in Newport Beach was orange. It was the only orange one that existed.
That's pretty cool. Probably
It was
top dollar.
mint condition, 2,000 miles. They wanted 165. They had it listed for 185. They had it down to 165.
Yeah. Wow.
I couldn't swing 165. So I made an offer, and they were like, "We're not budging at 165." And I was like, "I cannot come up with that kind of money because I got a loan for like 100. The rest of it had to be cash,
Yeah.
and the titling and all that."
Right. Were you bummed
at the
about that? I
time-
mean, was that
I didn't
like?
want that. The car was too nice for me. I was like, I don't even want this car. It's too nice.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
a collector car. I can't drive it.
Right. Yeah.
So I was like, they wouldn't budge on price. I was like, all right, whatever. I can't make it happen. So I came home. There was one of these in Massachusetts that sold for like 140, and I missed out on that one. And then right when I came home, FOW posted this up for sale.
Who?
And it was a
Ferrari.
Ferrari Washington. So
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, here we
Yeah,
go. There, that's the perfect car
On their lot.
on their lot. And I was like, oh my God, there it is. So I went there. It's local. It's exactly what I wanted. It was beat up. It had chips all over it. It had high miles. It was cheaper.
Yep.
I was like, that's me. That's exactly what I want.
That was your happy factor.
Yeah. So I
And-
went in and bought it. For like 120, something around there.
Wow.
I think I had it listed for like 140.
Yeah. Wow.
But I had it for a month. The motor blew up.
Oh my gosh. So what was that? How much did that cost?
The repair cost was $80,000, but I did
Oh
not pay that. Ferrari actually rebuilt it under warranty.
Wow. That was a blessing.
So I bought a spare motor and spare gearbox because I didn't know it was covered under warranty, or I didn't know they were going to warranty it. So I bought a spare motor and spare gearbox for like 25 grand.
Yeah.
And finding a Challenge Stradale motor, I mean that's a
Diamond in the
needle
rough.
haystack.
Yeah,
so
right.
I found one,
Wow.
bought it.
Domestic or
It was out of
international?
Canada actually.
Yeah.
And I got that thing shipped in. And as soon as I got it, I just spent the last 25 grand I had to my name. And Ferrari's like, we're going to warranty that motor. We're going to rebuild the motor.
It's really clean.
I'm like, no shit. All right. So they rebuilt the motor.
It's incredible.
And I took the new gearbox I had, and I had them swap in the new gearbox.
And it kind of like jerks you.
And then they rebuilt the motor.
And you
this
still
is the
have that
same
motor?
Yeah, I still have that. It's in my house. So what's funny is that
Like when I'm going slow.
I listed it for 18 grand, just the motor.
Yeah.
Like
And a guy from England was like, I want this motor. I want to buy it. You know, let's get together. Let's do shipping, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I didn't even really want to sell it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Then the guy at the last minute disappears on me. So I had it crated up. I had the shipping company set up, all this, and I'm just like, hey man, wire that money, man. It's ready. Wire the money.
Right,
Here's
yeah.
your video.
Right,
Here's
just the
this.
Africa,
Here's
Africa
your
story.
guy's here to, ask
Yeah.
me for
Yeah.
this and that.
Yeah.
And then the guy ghosts me, and I'm like, you know what? I didn't even want to sell this thing. So I've had it for, that was probably 5 or 6 years ago, and I had it as a display case in the front of my shop.
Yeah.
So I took it to my house. I'm gonna set it up in my house, but when bring a trailer last week, someone was selling a 360 engine, a regular 360 engine, but it was a display engine.
Yeah.
It had no no crank, no pistons. And I'm like, well, what's that thing gonna go for? 10, 15 grand? 35 grand it sells for.
For a box.
For
Really?
for a freaking engine.
Yeah.
That had no
Yeah,
not
right.
even a running engine.
Right.
And I was like, 35 grand. I think they just got the right bidding war going on. It was mounted to a pedestal,
Oh my gosh.
but I can't imagine that pedestal being worth an extra 20 grand. So
So do
I
you
was pretty
keep
excited
yours?
about that.
So
I'm
you-
gonna keep mine.
Yeah,
As
I
long as
would.
I have this car, I'm gonna keep it because the
Yeah.
rebuild's like 50 grand.
Wow.
And I mean, you want to keep this thing numbers this and numbers that, but honestly, like, I didn't
Right.
buy it for that reason.
All right. Well, what's been your biggest disappointment? What would be the one thing you'd be disappointed about the car?
Well, I mean, there's nothing disappointing about it.
Wow.
Are these cars junk? Yes, they're pieces of shit. But
They're a bucket of bolts.
Yeah,
Right?
you know that.
Yeah.
But
I
when
know.
you drive this thing and it's running good, I mean, this thing screams. If you drive it like it's meant to be driven,
Uh-huh.
it is 100% perfect. It runs perfect. It has no hiccups. This thing, you can rip this thing as hard as you can around a sweeping turn, and you can just plant that thing, and it will start to drift a little bit, but
Yeah.
it'll never spin out.
Wow.
The weight proportion and everything is so perfect.
Uh-huh. The G-forces are so...
Everything on this thing is so perfect. It's got just enough power to where it doesn't spin tires. If you mash it around a turn, it doesn't need traction control. It'll drift a little bit.
But it
and
corrects
it
itself.
won't lose.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
100% perfect. And when you drive it like that, everything works perfect. If you go get stuck in traffic, done. Everything fucks up on it.
Because of the engine gets too hot,
The engine gets
emissions.
hot. It's all hydraulic transmission stuff,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's just sitting there, and there's
Right.
no air going through.
That's what that
through
upper
the
thing
pores.
is, your hydraulics.
Yeah, so everything. Yeah, and every little duct you see, all these are functional. All the ones in the front, those go to the brakes.
Yeah.
Air intake, and then the radiators are up there.
Right.
All those are all functional. And when you're sitting there idle, there's no air going through it.
Yep.
Everything starts to fail.
And no electronic fan, right or wrong.
And that's
Does it have electronic fan or no?
it's got electric fans, but
Yeah.
it's Italian stuff,
Yeah.
man.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I get it. I understand.
You know, they got they got these off the shelf junk little plastic.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your
Fans.
What's your happy factor?
Yeah, I mean this.
What's your happy factor of this car right here?
My happy factor?
That'd be.
What does that mean? Is that a number?
Well, what I'm saying to you is, for you getting this car, it sounds to me when you drive this car the way it's supposed to be driven, you're happy as all get
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, because I don't take this thing anywhere to show it off other than little car meets,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
People think when you buy these, this is an accessory. I'm going to take it to a club. I'm going to take it to a restaurant. I don't take it anywhere like that.
Right.
I just take it. I live in Mount Airy, Maryland, and it's rural as hell, and there's farms and country roads,
Right.
and I'll just pull it out and just go rip for an hour,
Right.
come back, throw it in the garage, and then
Time he's looking for a car.
That's your happy hour.
done. That's it. I take it to car meets just because I like driving it and I like being around car people. But
Yeah.
it's
Well.
not
Yeah.
a-
Right.
I never bought it as an accessory.
Yeah. Well, that's why I do my YouTube channel, because not everybody gets to see this, and not everybody gets to hear the personal
Yeah.
story. You have a great personal story, and if you want to go to my YouTube channel, watch your video of your car, you can. You
Are
know,
you
but
taking a video right now?
yeah. So what I've done for you, and if you, and here's a sincerely you, if you ever said, "Hey man, I don't want that on," I wouldn't post it then. But I have a YouTube channel called Ice Age TV, and I walk around and I let, yeah, that's cute. Freeze your butt off today, right? Look at this. I mean, you talk about freezing. So yeah. So what I do is I share your passion with others that watch my YouTube channel, because it's all about my cars and enthusiasm, and I just try to radiate back to my YouTube subscribers that they feel like they're here with me right now. You tell it the way it is, and just like you didn't know you're on my channel, and you're talking just the way you talk.
Yeah.
You're you.
Right.
This isn't me fabricating things to make something to be like, wow, look at. All right, we are packing it up as usual. I'm the last guy leaving, and just great conversations, and wow, a lot of video, more than I thought I'd have. So this will turn into a 2 or 3 part series. Sunday conversations. What time is it? I don't even know what time it is. Wow. Oh my goodness. So yes. Great conversation. You get out in these car shows and you get your happy time because you interact with others and you can really relate with each other, and that's what it's all about. That's the happy time, right? So let me get out of here and make sure, nobody looking for me, I don't think. Who knows? It's just, oh my goodness gracious. All right, there you are. Yabba dabba doo. Hey, I did give others opportunity to talk, right? They can talk more than me. Ferrari thing was really cool, wasn't it? Tell you what, gentleman there, really cool guy, and he's just interesting. He's really a real domestic motorhead, and he just says the Ferrari crowd is a whole different crowd. So that was really nice of him to let me do that, and for him, thank you for letting me show your car off, and I hope others that watch my channel get a little chance to kind of feel like you're there, and you don't have to be freezing your tailbone off. And it's hard to get around to some of these car shows. A lot of you don't have car shows, depending on where you live and the rural area and all that other good stuff. So I think we'll just kind of wrap it up there and call it a day, because it's just a long video and a happy day. Are you happy? Are you having a happy day? Hope you're having a great day. That's for us, just a great show, really. Just very personable and just a lot of fun. And it's all about the exhaust note. And I got Luke. That's pretty good. I got my man hanging with me, but boy, I tell you what, we get down here or do anything stupid, be like, uh-oh, yikes goes. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. Thanks everybody watching my YouTube channel on the happy day, the happiness day, right? Yeah, happy day. Great show. I really had a great time meeting, talking to others. Anybody new subscriber here watching my channel, appreciate you subscribing, and I appreciate there went the wife. Wife and kid just went by me because I'm heading home, but Really appreciate the subscribers and the conversations, and just really had a lot of fun. So thank you so much for participating today, and I look forward to there goes one of the guys that was at the show. Nice guy, good guy. So anyways, once again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more adventures and conversations. God bless, stay tuned, and stay safe.